Hey, this is Irvin Griffin, and welcome to another edition of Grown Man Talk. Earlier today, I did a video on Taye Diggs, and I was talking about how insecure he was. Talk about how he can't really date white women anymore because black women give him so much criticism. And I also mentioned in O.J. Simpson, not so much giving him praise, but just stating a fact. When O.J. wants to date outside of his race or date whoever, he does it and has no regrets and doesn't care what anyone says. Whereas Taye Diggs suffers from just insecurity, self-hate, if that's what you want to call it. Well, here's another example. This is a picture here of Jenifer Lewis. And you might remember her from various roles, but if you grew up in the late 80s, early 90s like I did, you remember her as the dorm master on A Different World. You might remember her in the last two seasons. But anyway, she came out with a memoir back in November of last year, towards the end of last year, called The Mother of Black Hollywood, in which she included details, including a one-night stand, which she did get criticized for, that she had with the father of Angelina Jolie, Jon Voight. And basically, she just had no regrets or nothing. Now, I remember a couple of cats on YouTube did come at her about, her being a coon and this and that. Personally, my attitude towards that was like this. I'm like, she slept with Jon Voight one night. And the bigger question you should ask is, was he married at that point or anything? That's what you should be asking. They came at this old school sister for, getting her freak on. And we know Jon Voight. we know that white dude is a freak, and it passed it on to his daughter, which is kind of funny how the daughter can't, referring to Angelina Jolie, can't stand him because she's pretty much the same way. But that's a whole other video. But they what I'm getting at is, she's another one, unlike Taye Diggs, who seems to have. She's another one who, unlike Taye Diggs, basically has no else. She got with who she wanted to got with when she felt like it, and did it with no regret. Plus, she had bigger battles from what she reveals. She had way bigger battles than her sleeping with a white man. So, all I got to say on that is, hey, but there's also a bigger point too. Not every black person who sleeps with somebody that's not black, especially if it's a white person, not every one of them's a coon. If that's the case, just about everybody, most black people should be considered coons then, because everybody has messed with somebody white at some point. Almost, I'd say 70 to 80% of black people have messed with someone white or dated someone white at some point. So, to me, they can miss me with that. I mean, like I said, she had way bigger battles and had to overcome, or at least if you go by that memoir, she had way bigger battles to go through, such as sex addiction, bipolar disorder. Basically had to go through 17 years, according to her, of therapy. Not to mention, she was once raped and molested by a pastor, which, interestingly enough, You don't see her coming out trying to get nobody. I don't see her saying me too. She just said, hey, I'm putting it out there, and that's my story. So that's a lesson to some of the Me Too women too, as well as Taye Diggs. Hey, if this woman went through, and let's assume what she's telling is the truth, if this woman went through all that and survived and stood tall, Taye Diggs, you got nothing. You got nothing to overcome. Anyway, for Grown Man Talk, I'm Irvin Griffin.